This is Chino with Electro Freeze Southeast. Today we are doing a disassembly video on an Electro Freeze CS705 milkshake machine. So typically you would have mix inside the freezing cylinder. You want to extract all that mix into a separate bucket and put that mix in your refrigerator. Then you're going to want to run a sanitizer like Sterichine through the machine that will break down the milk fats and then get the rest of the milkshake residue out of the machine. Next we are going to break the machine down. So this is the mix hopper cover. We are going to take off the mix feed tube. Then we're going to take off the cover for the head assembly. All right, and this cover is very important. There's a magnet on the cover that, you know, if it's not on there, the machine will not turn on. All right, we're gonna pop all the flavoring hoses off. We're gonna take off the mix chamber, and you twist that off. Next, we are gonna pull this up and then pull out the shaft mix, the mix shafts. And then we are ready to take the head assembly off by removing the screws. This is our rod actuator. This is what tells the machine to turn on and off. And we're gonna, with both hands, remove the faceplate. And next, with both hands, we're gonna remove the beater assembly. Make sure that this rear shaft never hits the inside of the freezing cylinder. All right, I'm gonna take the drip pan off. All right. So next we are going to take a sanitizer rag. We're going to wipe around the outside of the machine. We're going to wipe inside the hopper. Make sure we got all the red milkshake residue out of there. And next we want to take a brush and run it down the hole inside the hopper that goes into the freezing cylinder, making sure to get all the milkshake residue out of the hole. Then next we're gonna take our rag and then we're gonna clean the inside of the barrel. And we're gonna wipe down the exterior of the machine to make sure that all residues of milkshakes is removed. And we're gonna do a quick wipe of the connectors. Make sure we got all the flavorings. All right, and we're gonna move on to the cabinet, which we have to take some pump parts apart. All right, so we're gonna disconnect all the hoses that are inside the machine. That's connected to the flavor pumps. These we can clean in our 3-compartment sink. Remember, you've ran sanitizer through the hoses. Alright, and now we're gonna twist the pumps off, which you just turn the whole pump assembly and it comes off as one piece. Alright, and that's it. Alright, so we have all the parts removed from the machine. We'll want to start dismantling the parts so we can clean them in our 3-compartment sink. Alright, so you would want to run your brushes that came with the machine, the smallest ones, through these hoses to get the rest of that milkshake flavorings out of there. These are our pumps for our flavorings. We'll want to remove the pumps from the actual housing. So to do that, and they pop out pretty easy. You'll want to clean those in your 3-compartment sink as well. You know, put your brushes through there to make sure it got all the flavorings out. We're just going to disassemble that one. There is also gaskets at the end of the housing that you'll want to remove. These gaskets, these grooves trap a lot of bacteria, so you'll want to make sure that they're nice and clean. In order, you know. So we're gonna do that and take that apart. So next we are moving to our feed tube, mix tube. So we'll wanna take the gaskets off of that. So these need to all be removed. Once again, those groove traps a lot of bacteria. So you'll wanna make sure that there is no mix in those grooves. So we're gonna take the gasket off of this as well. All right. Next we have our chamber mix. Each of the chamber mix, our mixing chamber has gaskets on where the hoses for the flavorings go in. You'll wanna take those apart as well. Alright, so we're going to take those, the gaskets are done. Next we are going to disassemble our head assembly. I'm going to take off the pin. Alright. So next we're going to pop. We're going to pop our plunger off, and that'll remove the handle. Our plunger has a bushing shaft in it, and then we also have 2 individual gaskets that we have to remove. Once again, you need to be extra careful. You need to clean around these grooves. They trap a lot of mix. We're gonna remove our pivot posts. We're gonna turn the head assembly over. There's a main door seal O-ring for the head, which keeps the mix from leaking out of the freezing cylinder. So when you're cleaning this on a 3-compartment sink, you'll want to make sure you get your brushes into any of the holes and grooves, especially in the back of the head assembly. These mixed feeds and outlet holes, you need to get all your brushes in there to make sure that you get all that mix out of there. Otherwise it's going to grow bacteria and it's going to make your customers sick. So next we're going to take apart the beater assembly. So we have a beater seal, we have the blades, and that's it. So we're going to take all these parts and we're going to wash, clean, sanitize, and let air dry in our 3-compartment sink, and then we're going to come back and put it all back together in the machine.